late. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, this is another episode of 94 Feet Podcast, the season finale. I'm here with my brother Dre.
What's good, everybody? What's good? Season finale, season 2.
Keith will be here to join us in a minute. What? That's true.
Grab your voice memo box over there.
I don't need it.
How are you feeling?
So this is the season finale. I'm feeling great. I had a good week. First of all, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, making a difference in your children's lives.
Yeah, shout out to all the fathers. Happy Father's Day, bro.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day to you. You're supposed to dap me. We're on TV. Happy Father's Day to you, EP Tone, Big Bro Keith, man. Y'all make that father stuff look really, really good, man. So shout out to all the fathers.
Hey, man, and shout out to you too, man. You may not be a father, but you're probably a father figure to some young folks out there.
I appreciate that, man.
Not because you're talking to their mamas. Anyways, let's get to what the fans requested to get away to talk about the finals right away. The Golden State Warriors beat the Boston Celtics 103-90 to win their.
Go ahead, keep talking. Turn this voice box on.
To win their 4th title in 8 years. Now, the celebration button was just pushed by the non-Golden State Warriors fans. I just want to put that out there. So that's good to hear. Steph Curry won the Finals MVP.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. He won the Finals MVP. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called the Bill Russell.
Is that
Bill Russell Award?
Bill Russell Finals
I think
MVP?
it is.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but in the first one, then
yeah.
All right. So I guess my question for the table, including Tone, listen to the question too. Is this what a modern day dynasty looks like?
Well, first of all, congratulations to the Golden State Warriors. And
you're not a Golden State Warriors fan, right?
I'm not. I'm a Steph Curry fan. Like I said,
okay.
If the Bucks played, if it was a fifth, we already know the tune. If the Milwaukee Bucks played the Golden State Warriors, I believe we would be hoisting up another championship. It would have been a two-peat. I truly believe that. I am happy for the Golden State Warriors because never before has a team that is so talented been an underdog in the NBA Finals. Everybody, they were
not an underdog.
They were an underdog.
They were not an
underdog.
No, they weren't.
Listen, man, people picked Boston.
They were never an underdog.
I would disagree.
They actually were. We wanted Boston to lose
because not an underdog.
We took it personal, but there were games where literally
people.
Boston,
I will say this: people were flip flopping because when it was tied 2-2. People were kind of rooting for Boston, but going into the NBA Finals, this was Golden State's finals to lose.
I disagree. In fact, many people said Golden State wasn't ready to play Boston. Many people, such as yourself and others, have said Golden State beat a hobbled Denver Nuggets.
They did.
A crippled Memphis. And whoever else they played, lackluster Dallas. And so my thing is the Golden State Warriors, I predicted that they were going to go to the finals. I stuck with that all year. I said they'll beat Boston in 6. I said they'll beat Dallas in 5 or 6. And those are predictions that I'm happy about and that I stand behind. Do the Golden State Warriors have a dynasty? Absolutely. They are a dynasty. Now, they're a different type of dynasty. I mean, you have to think about
they're
it.
a modern day dynasty.
They're a modern day dynasty. I mean, what is it? 8 finals appearances in 8 years? No, eight finals appearances or something like that.
Is it 6 and 8?
6 and 8 years. Thank you. 6 finals appearances in 8 years. They lost 2. They won 2 with Kevin Durant, won 2 without him, as I also said they could do, and they had done before. So the
for non-Golden State Warrior fans, you sure do have a lot of stats, sir. That's fine though.
So the Golden State Warriors are a dynasty, and here's what makes the Golden State Warriors special. They have won their titles outside of the Kevin Durant years with the same core of talent. Okay? With the same core of talent with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, right? They've won it with that same core. Wiggins was a great addition to that ball club. And here's what we also forgot. Is it Kazuma? James Wiseman didn't play at all.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a big deal for that roster.
Mm-hmm.
So Golden State, I don't think we've seen the last of Golden State. But I'm certainly, again, I'll give credit where credit's due. Steph Curry balled out.
No, I wouldn't say that. But
Steph Curry balled out. A case could have been made that Andrew Wiggins should have been a co-MVP. But the way Curry carried that team on his back earned him the MVP. So, yes, congratulations to the Golden State Warriors, to 22 NBA champs.
So you're going to keep on saying it?
However, if the Bucks were playing, I believe we would have a 2-peat.
Yeah, sure. Anyways,
you don't believe that?
I do believe that.
You sure?
But
I was on that Boston wagon.
I was on the Boston. I wanted the Golden State Warriors to lose, and I wanted them to lose for this exact purpose: the arrogance of Draymond Green.
Yeah.
The arrogance of Klay Thompson. No, I want to say the arrogance. The pettiness of Klay Thompson has even leaked over to Steph Curry. Now, see, my thing is I stand by them beating a hobbled Denver Nuggets. I stand by them beating, like, when we knew and Golden State knew once they were going to play the Dallas Mavericks for the Western Conference Finals, we knew, okay, they're championship bound.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I wanted them to lose, I wanted the championship. I wanted the, we already knew they was championship bound, or at least final appearance bound. I think that with to me, and I said this last week, that for Boston to win, Jason Tatum has to go ham for 2 games in a row. He could even give me 1. So
they're too busy texting Kobe.
And my thing is, I'm gonna leave that alone because God bless the dead. But
wait, what?
he texts, and my thing about and that, stuff like that. Like, you texting Kobe and you doing that for the Eastern Conference Finals, but you couldn't reach out to Kobe for the championship. And then on top of that, you got people who haven't done enough to be in the position they're in, have the most to say. And that's what burns my biscuit about the Golden State Warriors.
Do you hang out with old people?
First of all, burn my biscuit is a nice.
I didn't say it was a bad term, but there is no way someone at your high school.
Gears?
In your high school.
I mean, well, we not no spring chickens over here.
It's the principality.
So I just feel like my thing is, I think that the Golden State Warriors, they got a nice championship. Congratulations. I don't think they'll be in this same position next year.
I disagree.
I don't think that, as far as them being a dynasty, winning 4 out of 8 in this time and era, in this era, I'll give it to you because it's hard to get there. It's hard to get there. I think the one thing about championship teams is they're the most healthy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think the Bucks,
but Golden State were not.
They were.
They were not.
They were healthy at the right time. Draymond Green played the entire playoffs. Klay Thompson played the no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be patronizing now. Say what it is.
Draymond Green
played the entire playoffs. Yes or no? Yes or no?
He did, but he
yes
didn't
or
show
no?
up. He didn't
yes
show
or no?
up.
Yes or no question. Yes,
He
thank
showed
you.
up.
Clay Thompson played the entire playoffs. Yes or no? Don't try to give them
Yes,
excuses
but
now.
didn't show
yeah,
up.
That's the end of it.
So then
yes or no?
So
It's a
then
yes
why
or
did
no
Boston
question.
lose? Why did Boston lose?
Boston lost because their guys didn't show up. Jason Tatum didn't show up. Jaylen Brown was carrying that team, and that's why you need a superstar. That's why you need a superstar on your team, because Giannis stepped up game time. LeBron stepped up game time. Kevin Durant stepped up game time.
Steph Curry stepped up multiple game times.
Steph Curry, and this is what I say about Steph Curry, and then him finals MVP. Steph Curry played the game how veterans play the game. Game 5, I got to score 30. Game 6, I probably will have 30, but by the end it was over. By the time he got to 30, it was over.
They were down 14 to 2.
Game 5, when he went 0 for 9 from 3-point range, and Jason Tatum didn't bust out a 40 piece, that let me know
that series was over.
The series was over.
You text our group chat and said, "I can't believe Golden State's about to win."
And then you come with the patronizing. Come on, man, it's a whole quarter.
I said it's a whole quarter.
Stop it.
Where's the lie?
Stop it, Dre.
Where's the lie?
You was trying to be patronizing and all that kind of crap like that. I wasn't going for it.
Kesey, what you got,
Kesey.
bro? Is the Golden State Warriors a dynasty? First, and what are your reactions to their title?
First off, congratulations to them, man. They put in the work to get where they was at, man. You got to give them credit where it's due. I said 6 after I found out that they was going against Boston, and they pulled it off in 6. Just like I said, my thing is veteranism. My new word plays a big factor
Veteranism.
in the NBA Finals. That's the big stage, man. And without the proper veterans, it is tough to win. Because if you look at the Boston roster, there is not one veteran that you can depend on to get you over that hump.
Oh,
tell me the one veteran on that squad.
You're right. I'm not.
And that was the key in the series for Golden State. Because even players like Iguodala being on that bench and being able to guide those young players while Steph and Clay and Draymond out there doing their thing was very beneficial to the Golden State Warriors in this
Let me ask you something, Kesey. Let me ask you something.
Go ahead. Ask me what you want to ask me.
You brought up your was it veteranism?
Yeah.
Draymond didn't show up. I just want to say that.
Yeah,
he didn't show up the first couple games.
He didn't show up.
Offensively, he didn't show up. But
he was just there so he don't get fired.
But to be honest, his presence is more valuable to Golden State than anything. If y'all don't know that.
Oh yeah, he's the bully.
Even with even when they played Cleveland, he didn't score a lot of points when they were playing against LeBron.
But he had double doubles.
Some games.
Most games.
It was some games where he had 3 points and 12 rebounds.
And that's what you're Rodman. That's what you're doing. But there were games this series where he had no points. He was a non-factor. In fact, his mother tweeted about him being a non-factor. I think it was game 4.
It happens. It happens.
But it happened a lot.
You can't be perfect all season.
I'm not saying
all finals, I should say.
I'm not saying they are, but
because Clay started out rough.
And he's finished rough. When I listen to you and Zeke, it sounds like we're not giving Golden State the credit for winning. We're giving Boston credit for losing.
We are.
I'll ask. I was going to ask this question. Do you think the Boston Celtics have a more talented roster than the Golden State Warriors?
Yes.
So
they have a better younger core, but they don't have.
That's not what I said. Do you think they have a more talented team than the Golden State Warriors?
I do.
All around, they do.
I do.
So, but the key, like I keep telling you.
But that goes to your point as far as the veteranism. But so as far as the veteranism, that has to do with that because your mindset is different. Because exactly. I can lose game 1, I can lose game 3, but I don't. As long as I don't lose game 5, or like if they'd have went and Steph knew if we'd have went down 3-1, that's a hole we can't get out of. And so I have to turn it on.
But that's why the comments that Draymond made, like they won game 1, okay, it wasn't a big deal to him because you lose games.
Well,
but the thing is how you bounce back. And when Boston got their first losses, they bounced back wasn't good enough. Because you look at Boston roster, you would take you probably would take Tatum over 95% of the players on Golden State. The
I'll
only
take-
person you probably wouldn't take is Steph. Maybe Wiggins. The way Wiggins played. But
shut him down. Can we give Wiggins respect for shutting down Jason Tatum? See, you're talking about Jason Tatum and show up, but what we're not talking about is how defensively Wiggins played on Tatum.
Let me get to it before you cut me off.
Well,
man.
you stopped. You looked at me and stopped.
I
He
did
didn't-
because
he
you
didn't
started
stop.
talking.
He didn't stop. You just interrupted.
I did not.
So go ahead.
Shut up.
I'm just saying what happened.
But yeah, like I said,
Lies.
it's you would take Tatum over a majority of that roster. The only person that you would probably debate about is Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else, I won't take him over Draymond. I won't take him over Clay. I won't take him over Wiggins.
Even after the finals.
Even after the finals, you still won't take him over those players because he's young. He still has a lot of potential. He just hasn't had enough veteranism put into him yet by some good veterans. Marcus Smart, they've been in the league a while, but they not no Iggy's. They not no Draymonds. They ain't had no championships.
Yep.
They ain't got no rings. They don't know what it takes to win in the finals. Steph know exactly what it takes, and he didn't win against one of the GOATs of basketball in the finals. And played with one of the GOATs of basketball in the finals.
Do you think this will make or break Boston? Like, when I say that, do you mean
you got to give Boston a lot of credit because they got a first-year coach, and they in the NBA Finals. His first year with that young core.
Well,
they got an opportunity to be special, but they got to go find that piece that they missing that's going to get them over the hump. Because if you're depending on Horford to win a series for you, you're going to lose.
Let me just say this.
And it's not, listen, hold on. Before you even go there, nobody's taking credit away from what Golden State has done.
I'm off Golden State.
No, I know you are. No, you're not. I know what he on. I'm not even going to let him get there.
No.
Golden State did their thing. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. And that's just like the standard that people hold superstars to. Everybody expected Golden State to hold they ground and do what they were supposed to do. If they didn't win a ring, oh man. So think about the slander that would have came behind that.
So here's why to answer your question about the Boston Celtics. You talked about Golden State's pathway. So let's talk about Boston's path. Okay, they swept the Brooklyn Nets. I'm giving them credit for that because you swept them with Kyrie and a team with terrible chemistry. And KD. Right, that's fine. You beat a hobbled Milwaukee Bucks in 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
You beat a hobbled Miami Heat in 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
So the Boston Celtics chance was this year. Next week, the Bucks will be back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Next week or next year?
Thank you. Next season, the Bucks will be back.
Mm-hmm.
Next season, Philly might have it together. Next season, Miami might even be better. Boston had their shot to get it done this year, but Boston's going to run up against those studs known as the Milwaukee Bucks that are fully healthy, hopefully, and Boston will not see the finals again.
I agree with you. I agree with what you said.
You can say the same thing about Golden State.
I was going to say the same.
Because they play some hobbled. Both teams play some hobbled teams to get to the finals, to be honest with you.
I don't disagree with that.
Because if you go look at it, who did they beat first?
You sure?
Who talked about it? When Kesey was outside, we said, to the best of your ability, you said Golden State beat a hobbled Denver. They beat a
I said that, but I don't know if you agree with me.
Memphis. They beat a hobbled Memphis.
They beat a handicap Memphis. Bro said they beat a handicap.
Yeah,
Memphis.
Memphis is handicapped without.
And Morant needs to stop tweeting. Okay, you need to put the tweeter down. You're gonna get embarrassed.
He said what he said.
He's gonna get embarrassed.
He said what he said
because you'll never beat Golden State on your best day.
They beat a one-man show in Dallas.
See, that's
and that's the thing. When you play Golden State, if you got a one-man show, you'll never beat them.
Well, because Golden State has a lot of firepower. Shout out to the Milwaukee boys, Looney and Jordan Poole.
Mm-hmm.
But
they have a good team chemistry. That's what their biggest. That's the biggest key that Golden State has that a lot of teams don't have. They have great team chemistry. They learn each other. The best thing you can do is learn how people play around you, and when you do that, you got a better chance of being successful.
They've been together for 10 years.
Exactly.
They
They're
should.
drafted. They're a drafted team.
Yeah.
But to your point, I think to answer both of your questions, the common denominator here is Stephen Curry.
No.
Steph Curry has solidified himself now, in my opinion, as a top 10 player of all time.
No.
You crazy.
Now,
Steph-
I'm glad you brought that up. Tone.
Yes, sir.
You want to play Chris Bouchard video?
I was listening to that
First
podcast.
Third
Is that with
one.
him and
Hold on a second, hold on.
what's my man's name? Dude that got fired from ESPN
That is the third one.
for calling
yeah, that's the third one.
Robert Griffin a cornball brother.
Wait a minute, hold on. Which one is that?
The light skin dude. Yeah.
All right.
And is that Chris?
So this is a video of Chris Bouchard talking about this exact same thing.
Okay.
And he's got 4 rings. He's playing in the LeBron James era, and he's got 4 rings. We can run off a list of a host of superstars that never won rings because of Michael Jordan. And Steph's in the LeBron era. And if you want to throw in KD too, the KD era, and he's got 4 rings. He's beaten LeBron and KD more than they've beaten him. So yes, he's in the top 10. And here's my list. And bring on all the guys that aren't in there, and I'll answer why.
Got it.
So I got obviously Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Magic, top 4. Duncan, gotta give him love. Kobe, Bird. I almost moved Steph ahead of Bird. It's very close. Obviously, Steph might do some more things, so we'll see. And then Shaq. And I had to give Bill Russell the love because of the 11 rings. I had to do it for 11. So he doesn't have the great individual numbers, but.
So with that being said, I'm going to go over the top 10.
He's playing in the LeBron James era,
Moving slow.
and he's got 4
That's
rings.
cool. So with that being said, I have the top 10 players of all time here listed.
According to Chris Bouchard.
Not according to Chris Bouchard, according to the top 75 players of all time.
It is as of what? What's the date?
What do you
Was
mean
that
as
as
of
of the
what?
All-Star weekend?
No, this is as of the top 75 players this year. They talked about it all year.
Oh, here we
1
go.
through 10.
Can you go 10 and up? 10, 9, 8.
How do you want me to do it? You want me to
10,
go?
9, 8.
That's how I was going to do it.
Okay. Thank you. I almost
So-
said the word on the radio that I don't even use. I almost called you.
You must
something.
use it because you're going to say it. So,
Oh my.
Oh my.
So, man, my internet moving slow. Okay, so number 10, Shaquille O'Neal. Number 9, Kobe Bryant. Number 8, Tim Duncan. Number 7, Larry Bird. Number 6, Wilt Chamberlain. Stuff. Number 5. What is that? Bill Russell? No. Magic Johnson. Number 4. Hold on a
Use my
second here.
hotspot.
My internet was slow. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Are you connected to my internet?
No,
That's a special person.
that's it. Okay, so my fault. Number 5, Magic Johnson. Number 4, Bill Chamberlain. Bill Russell.
Bill Chamberlain.
Number 3, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Number 2, LeBron James. Number 1, Michael Jordan. If Steph Curry is in your top 10, who are you removing?
So, may
Man, you up?
I see the list again?
Sure, just don't scroll to the left. Go ahead.
So I'm going to tell you like this. I am happy. I am fine with this list, but there has to be a but.
Nah.
Yes, it does.
You finna politic it. Who are you taking out?
So I'm going to say this. I have not seen half these players play. So I can't put players that I haven't seen on my list. So in my opinion,
I'm
about to tell you
hold
who
on a
I'm
second.
taking out.
Check this out. Because your personal top 10 is different. We're talking about 75 top-ranked NBA players.
Go back. I'm sorry.
I mean, you have an iPhone.
Go back. So, of that top 10 list, if I am putting Steph Curry on that list, Larry Bird can go.
That's who you picking.
Larry Bird can go.
Just say one. I don't need you to go over Bill Russell. We know you ain't seen him play. Ain't nobody seen Bill Russell play. I don't even think Tone's seen Bill Russell play.
I'm not that old, bro.
Bird can. Bird can go. Yeah, I
So
replace
you
him with
picking-
Larry Bird.
You replace him with
Every
Keezy.
game. I would potentially replace him with Kobe, but I don't feel like having all the comments go crazy. I might replace Steph with might replace Kobe with Steph. I said what I said.
So which one is it? Because if they're gonna come for you, I want them to come for you for the right reason. Are you
You
replacing
said
Kobe?
replace who?
Are you replacing Kobe?
If
Are you
it came to the
replacing Larry
NBA
Bird?
top 10, I would consider replacing Kobe with Steph.
Man, I would slap you out that shit.
No,
You can
stand
slap
on
me
yours.
wherever you
You
want.
can't. You can
Stand
not.
on yours,
Come on,
Drake.
man.
Don't let this man intimidate you.
I'm
Stand on
never
yours.
intimidated.
Now,
That's
which one is it?
that's
Larry
just-
Bird or Kobe Bryant?
For the sake of this list, it is Larry Bird. But what I said was, if Larry Bird,
don't
chill
come
out. If Larry Bird wasn't
have
on
your
this
Stephen-
list,
Don't have your Stephen B moment.
Eh.
Stand on it. Which one is it? Larry,
it's Larry
Bird.
Bird. It's Larry Bird.
Oh, I thought you was gonna
It's-
stand
it's
on
Larry
it. I thought
Bird.
You,
But let's not act like
They
Steph
ran
is
you off the
not
mic.
close to surpassing Kobe potentially in championships,
what does that have to do with
or
anything?
even LeBron
What's that have to do
in
with anything?
championships. That's what we like to consider, right?
I mean,
Steph has more MVP.
hey,
If we go on stat for stat,
excuse me.
Steph
excuse
has
me,
more MVPs than Kobe,
Excuse me. Excuse
doesn't
me.
he?
Excuse me.
Huh?
Excuse me. Are you sure you want to do this? Because he's 2 away from the GOAT. So are you sure you want to talk about this?
6-0.
Are you sure you want to talk about this?
6-0.
Are you sure
6-0.
you want to talk about this?
Michael is 6-0.
You keep saying that, but how many times did he lose in the Eastern Conference Finals?
It doesn't matter because it doesn't tarnish the
Because
fact that
LeBron
he
never lost in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, we
Come on,
gave out
dog.
almost.
All right, stop it.
Huh?
Come on,
I'm
stop
just
it.
saying.
Because we should all be drunk if you don't bring that up.
Exactly. Then.
So
Exactly.
Jordan
I'm saying
is
he's
6.
almost 2 away from the
But
GOAT.
see, but you got to fail to realize he was getting it whooped by the
How
by the
you bring
Detroit
LeBron
Pistons.
James in this conversation?
I'm talking
You know
about
what,
Jordan. What are you talking about?
I'm saying that you talking about
Because everybody always keeps saying it's 6-0, 6-0,
Yeah,
6-0. What about the 6 that he lost to get there?
It
to
wasn't
that 6-0?
6. It was 2.
No, it was more than 2.
It wasn't
like
6.
three.
It was more than 2.
It wasn't 6.
It was like 4.
It was not.
I
4.
said 6 exaggerated.
It
but
was
like 4.
89. It
Wow.
was 90.
Ooh.
And then the Bulls beat them in 91.
No, it was 88, 89, 90. And then 91 they won.
Ooh.
Okay, so it was 3. It wasn't 6.
It don't matter. He still lost. The GOAT. Everybody
LeBron
loses.
is 4-6 in the finals.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. Steph is what?
He still made it 4
4-6.
He still made it 4 more
is
times.
They made it to the six finals and they won 4, lost 2.
Oh, okay.
Lost to the Raptors, lost to Cleveland. Deserving losses. And I'm saying this to say, I'm not denying LeBron's greatness, but 6 and
The Eastern Conference Finals.
don't nobody care about that. LeBron ran the East.
I almost won, y'all.
But that's
Okay, that's
that's
cool.
the crazy part though. Like he ran the East for years.
What that
He
mean?
sucked.
Jordan couldn't even get out the East for a minute before he got there.
But see, Keisha, this is the thing. Once he figured it out, that was it. So LeBron didn't figure it out.
Once he got the right roster.
No, once he figured it
No,
out.
once he got the right roster.
All right, here we go. Can we?
So-
What is your
You know
choice?
I'm a-
Are you
know I'm a-
replacing-
You know how I am, man.
Huh?
Come on.
Are
man.
you replacing anyone on that list for Steph Curry, or is Steph not a top 10?
Steph's not a top 10.
Wow.
I don't believe.
Wow.
I don't believe Steph Curry. Well, first of all, I have a very prominent video. I can't wait to play. But Steph Curry isn't as prominent to me as any of these guys on this list. To me, when you talk about Magic Johnson, he changed the culture of the point guard position. When you talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest centers ever. When you talk about LeBron James, no need to even discuss it. When you talk about Michael Jordan, no need to discuss it. When you talk about Bill Russell, a legend of his time, none of us never seen him play, but we can just look at the stats like, oh my God, this is crazy. Whether he was playing against plumbers and salesmen, that's not the point. But the point is he dominated his generation. You talk about Will Chamberlain, no need to even go there. Tim Duncan, a winner. I think the thing
5
about
championships.
I think the thing about Kobe is he wanted to be the best in every aspect. To me, he's a middle child, but still he wanted to be the best in every aspect. So in every aspect of his game, he has some accolades. Defensive player, his shooting, MVP, championships. So, Shaq dominant. So I just don't see Steph Curry as more prominent than any of these guys. Larry Bird, there is a case for him, but I think that the back and forth between him and Magic surpasses, because if you talk about I'm gonna play another video, but we could talk about this being the LeBron James / Steph Curry era.
What about KD?
What about him? He's still a bus rider. He's not a bus driver.
He is a bus rider. I remember that episode.
So, Kesey, before we move on to this next video, do I need to go over the top 10 real quick?
Are you replacing anyone on that list? Is Steph in the top 10? And if so, are you replacing anyone on that list with Steph?
I didn't even see the list.
Just go down.
And don't scroll left.
Believe me, I won't. See nothing about him.
Can I get
Shaq?
What?
No.
Can I get
Kobe? No.
Can I get a 20 for
Tim Duncan? No.
with this Golden State bet?
Bird?
didn't bet Golden State.
Chamberlain? No.
I'm gonna keep my shades on.
Magic? No.
It's like stole by.
Bill Russell? No.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Do you know how hard it is to average 22 rebounds a game?
In an era of little people.
That's not the point. That's not the point, man. It's not our fault. It's not
What's
our
the
fault.
era of little people?
He was a giant.
He didn't play against nobody. That's the
Basically.
argument with Bill Russell. He didn't
He
play
didn't
against
play
nobody.
nobody. It was a
By the time Will Chamberlain came along, he was going to retire.
bro,
But
100.
when Kareem played, it wasn't many 7-footers.
Yeah,
Why you think he was
Yeah, it
jumping?
was.
He played against
Good
Will
ones.
Chamberlain.
Good ones, I'm saying.
Bill Russell.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
Kareem
played
played-
against Will Chamberlain.
Yeah.
He played against.
John McLaughlin. He played.
That's not a good one.
It's not, but he had a nice career.
He had a nice career.
He played against.
No, Steph is not my top 10.
Okay.
So
Not
you
of all time.
Is he top 15?
He's a top 5 point guard of all time.
play.
Is he top 2? I heard somebody said he's now surpassed Isaiah and then Magic. I don't know if I would go that far.
Tone, you can play.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, my only issue is nowadays they have so many treatment
Let
options
me see your list
for
real quick.
players to stay healthy longer and have longer careers
Yeah.
that
So this
that
is-
Jordan and Isaiah and them that didn't have. I just can't. I can't give it to them. You know what I'm saying? Did that make any sense?
Yeah.
Because if Jordan and Isaiah and them had the treatments that Steph and them have right now, and the trainers that they got, I think they would have had longer careers too.
So this is the thing about that. To me, this is the thing about that. Jordan played roughly 16, 17 years,
He plays
including Washington. So with that being said, he did that without training. He did that with pure love for the game.
No,
Because
he wouldn't make my list.
when you talk
You
about
said Steph would make your list?
No, because if you look at all 10 of those players on
Who
that
else?
list, all of them changed the game when they were playing.
Yeah.
Steph has changed the game from a guard perspective, but his change has not impacted the league totally.
So
At
what?
this moment, he's an anomaly guard.
So what gets Steph in y'all top 10? Because we're acting like this guy has not changed the game of basketball.
Winning 6 rings.
I won't say all that. When you start finding when the guard position, so whether it's point or shoot, has evolved to the point where they're shoot first, fundamental second. When it officially gets there, where you're picking a guard because he can go both ways and shoot the way Steph shoots. The league is not there yet. When you look at a Shaq, when you look at a Tim Duncan, you look at a LeBron, you look at a Kobe, you look at a Jordan, they redefined what each position was at their moments. So I'm not saying Steph is not there. He's just not there. The league is not there yet for me to give him the official stamp. Then you got to factor those rings and those impacts.
So
Now he's getting there because he got maybe 6 more years under his belt.
I would give him 4 to 5. Yeah.
4 to 5.
Okay, by his 5th year, definitely he can be up there.
So can I ask y'all this? In the record of greatness, is Steph above Kevin Durant?
Yes,
Zeke?
this year made it.
At
This
this
year put it
point,
there.
at this point in time, I'll give him that.
Kesey?
His answer is yes.
He don't want it to be, but it is.
Unfortunately, you have to.
It is
You have
because
to.
this year
it's a
proved it.
unanimous decision off of basically off of Steph's record, man. Look at him, man. Look at his track record. He gets to the finals, man. He gets it done. Whether he's there,
Three
he's not
reasons.
there,
Right.
before, after, during. You know what I'm saying?
And
He's got it done.
the sad
Three-
part is Kevin Durant has picked a bad teammate.
No.
Kyrie.
This year
Kyrie.
he did. This year, 3 reasons is what pushed Curry over the edge over Durant. 1, Curry has done everything at the same team.
All right.
That is unheard of in this league right now.
It is.
Okay. Giannis, I think, is the only other person at this moment who has literally done everything they've done with the same team.
Damn, you're right.
Okay. 2, Durant has had 2 back-to-back bad seasons where all the hope was on him and he couldn't deliver.
He couldn't even get him to the finals, though.
Okay.
That's the crazy part.
Right, I'm saying he couldn't.
Even LeBron, even though he got the record, he got in the finals. At least he get him there.
Right.
He might not win it there.
He get him
get you
there.
there.
We can blame Kyrie as much as we want to. The
That's
whole
true.
thing is this is your team, sir.
You know, I saw an interesting something on IG, and it talked about
you?
all the team,
You would see it there.
all shut up. All the teams that passed on Steph Curry. Minnesota passed on him.
I don't like that.
I
go
like
ahead.
it. Oh,
I don't like.
hear
go
me
ahead.
out.
Go ahead.
They-
I'm
Minnesota
gonna-
Let him
I'm
shine.
gonna-
Minnesota passed on him. Phoenix
Oh,
picked
God, I see
Amari
this.
Stoudemire
There
over
we go.
Steph.
At the time, Stoudemire
Okay,
was.
Hold on, let me finish.
No.
Let me
No,
finish.
let him
Don't
finish, 'cause
bring
I
up
hate this.
Stoudemire.
I hate when
'Cause you
people
know how
say
I-
this.
You know how I feel
hate-
about Stoudemire, man.
I
That's
like
one
him
of my favorite players of all
until
time.
he hurt Andrew Bogut. I was a Stoudemire fan. Remember he hurt Bogut? Or the year we also could have won it.
Bogut who?
Traded for the Bucks picked Monte Ellis over Steph Curry.
I would've
So
too.
I'm not saying if the whole what if, but what if we had Steph and Giannis?
Here's
The
my
thing about it is,
Just-
when
I mean,
people
just think
say
about
that-
it.
But
What
just,
if?
but
That's-
just think though, we probably wouldn't have ever been able to draft Giannis.
no.
if we got
Let me
Steph.
clear it up for you right now.
That's true.
You would not see the Curry you see today
I don't think you would
under the leadership of the Bucks had at that point.
Herb Cole and Company.
Yes.
Senator Cole and Company.
He
right?
wouldn't have seen. He wouldn't allow. Steph has had freedom to be himself in Golden State.
But you know who got that for him, right?
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson did that for him. Mark Jackson wasn't in Milwaukee at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
right, he wouldn't
So,
have got that.
Without Mark Jackson, Steph Curry wouldn't be the Steph Curry he is.
So here's what I noticed in that. The year that Curry was drafted, y'all, those were the years where the NBA was going after bigs.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't
it was
never
Bogut,
meant for him.
it was Stoudemire, it was Darko Milicic. It was all
Yeah.
those bigger players that because folks
Darko
thought
who?
exactly. Folks thought Dirk was going to be the second coming in all of these different draft picks. So,
No, I didn't say that.
but go ahead, man.
no, I was
But,
just
but,
gonna
but just even dude, you can say that about so many players. It's ridiculous. Like
You
how
can-
look how many people pass on Giannis.
yeah,
Yeah, but no
was-
one knew. I get it.
The
Yeah.
same thing with Steph Curry because coming out of college, he was short, he was scrawny,
With bad ankles.
with bad ankles.
Yep.
And then that's what when he was about to get traded to the Bucks, that was the thing that stopped us from picking him up
He didn't
because
pass the
he had
physical.
bad angles.
He didn't pass the
had
physical.
bad ankles.
Hey man,
So I
I
don't.
need you to take them shades off. You throwing me off, man. I don't know if you're looking at me with a strange eye.
But
I don't
first
know
of
what
all,
it is, but I just feel weird, man. I feel some weird vibes coming from you.
First of all, you should feel these.
I don't
weird
know.
vibes.
These put
These
the
are
perks
prob-
Well,
so
you know
you
what?
these
I
are-
don't
You
know.
what I'm saying?
These
I
are
don't
voodoo
know
glasses.
I don't know what's going on over there.
These
Wait,
are
wait,
Bobby.
wait.
These are
Wait,
Bobby Brown.
Let's back up a little bit.
Heads
I
up.
can't. You know what? I can't say that they were looking
Hey,
at
Zeke,
big
do
at the
like
time.
this, like Ray Charles.
Because when you go back and you look at the
They just go a dime a dozen, boy, be on people.
the draft picks, the top 12, 10 of them was guards.
Mm.
But when you talk about Curry year,
Yeah, Curry year.
but look at the trades that people passed up for him, though. It was Amari. And the thing about Minnesota, there was a meme out there. Minnesota passed on Klay Thompson. They passed on Steph.
Never. All these guys were not highly recruited.
They were not. They were not.
I mean, it's easy to look back and be like, man, y'all, we could have.
Yeah, when you go back and look at the
guy.
people. Yeah, when you look at the people that came out, the only ones that got drafted above Steph that made a name for themselves was Blake and James Harden.
Oh, Blake Griffin. Okay, I'm Blake.
Yeah.
After that first,
And Blake Griffin in college was I ain't gonna say jumping out. He was jumping out the
window.
But it was just like I didn't think he would turn out the player he was. I thought it was like, oh, he's finna 25 for the rest of his life. But we're gonna play another video. This one is from this is the first one, so the Breakfast Club. This Breakfast Club interview, Charlamagne interviewing Stephen A.
do I need to cover my ears? As aggressive as his interview?
No, because you're an adult.
Yeah, but he's so potty mouth, man.
You say potty mouth?
Man, he has a terrible. Man, he be cussing.
When we
man.
look back over the last, say,
Charlamagne the guy.
decade of basketball, who would you say this era belonged to? Now, I know you're going to say LeBron, but is it fair to say this is the LeBron Curry era, the way it was the Bird Magic era?
I think it's fair. And the only reason I think it's fair only from the standpoint that Curry's got 3 rings, 5 straight trips to the finals. And 3 of those times
this is before they won
right.
it, by the way.
So you could say it for that reason. Here's my caveat, only for that reason.
Back-to-back MVPs don't count? Or first, only unanimous MVP in NBA history?
Because LeBron was right there. Here's where LeBron gets it. You go to 9 straight NBA finals. You've been to 10 finals in the last 11 years. And it's 3 different teams. And it's with the eye of the storm placed on your shoulders. See, we don't talk about it enough, but y'all can appreciate this. LeBron growing up in Akron, being relatively poor and fatherless, having the trials and tribulations, the struggles, and building himself into what he is an entirely different story than you being Steph Curry, light-skinned, good-looking brother, smaller, so people identify with you more. Because you look at LeBron, everybody can't be 6'9", 260, but you can be 6'3", 180. You see what I'm saying? And you grow up in a well-to-do and an affluent lifestyle because your father was an NBA player, beautiful family, North Carolina, comfort zone, all of that stuff. Some of the trials and tribulations, some of the adversity that other dudes face, you didn't have to endure. So there's a level of comfort that you capitalized off of that may have assisted in your ascension. LeBron came from the gutter and rose to unparalleled heights. And that's the difference. And that's why we can't ignore that this is the LeBron era.
You know what?
I can't roll with that, fam.
Okay, listen.
I can't.
First
roll.
off,
Hold on. I just want to hear what Isaiah's question is first.
No, I just wanted to hear your opinion because
When we
this
look-
kind of.
I almost need to hear it again because I was
this
listening, but
narrative-
Stephen A. took me out. Kind of, I didn't expect that from him.
This narrative that it's the LeBron era over the LeBron Steph Curry era, he changed my perspective on this.
okay.
I didn't look at it from because Steph Curry did have it good,
What
and
does that have to do with anything?
it
Okay.
has to do with
Nope.
your drive.
I'm
Not
I'm
necessarily.
rolling with Tone. Hold on.
Hold up, we gotta let Z get it out.
No, let me get it out. Let me get it out. And let me get it out. I want to hear.
I got
Don't cut
I
him
get
off.
the
You gotta
rebuttal
get it
first.
out.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm cutting
Hold
off.
up. No, let him get his narrative out.
No,
No, he gotta get his narrative out first. Let him get his narrative out.
Thank you.
I'm cutting
You know
him
what?
off.
I
He got the
appreciate
No,
it.
let him get his
He got the
narrative.
shades on, and he plays Stephen A.
But first of all,
Cutting them off.
Get your narrative out, Shay.
my thing is like he changed my perspective on this just because we talk about the struggles of each player, and I think those struggles come to place into who they become. One thing about like he compared it to Charlamagne compared it to the Magic and Bird era. You can see that it was a rivalry there, and they kind of came from the same kind of, I want to say same spot, but it was in that day and time it was 1 and 2, but you didn't know who number 1 was, you didn't know who number 2 was, so they were 1 and 2 always. It's been like that since college. I don't know about high school, but they were always like 1 and 2, whatever. Steph Kerr, I think like when you talk about LeBron James and his the stuff he's had to get through to be who he is, and you look at his whole life, you look at Steph Curry's life, I can see it being a unshared top of the mountain. It's LeBron, and then it trickles down to you other guys.
I can't agree.
I want Keith to go first because he tried to interrupt me, so he must have something important to say. But go ahead, Keith.
First off,
besides you hating Stephen A,
being a product of your environment does not determine if you are the player of an era, because that's just who you was. Curry had a different type of battle than LeBron had, because everybody wanted a piece of the light-skinned brother.
Nobody knew who the light-skinned brother was till the NCAA tournament.
Can I finish? First off, you're going to struggle harder than anybody because your dad was an NBA player. That's the biggest struggle probably of any NBA player that has a parent that played in the league.
Think about it.
It's knowing that you had a parent who played in the league.
This prime example.
Think about it. Think about LeBron James' son.
No, let's go back. Let's think about Jordan's son. When Jordan was the number, like he ran the NBA, everybody was on Marcus, to the point where Marcus kind of in so many words says, I don't want to do basketball. This is too much pressure.
Because for your punk?
I don't know, man. But simple fact that the NBA expected him to be his dad.
You held to such a high
standard. You had to a standard off top, bro. Look at it. People think that you're supposed to be like loving basketball where your dad was this great baller, so you got to be a great baller.
Exactly.
And that may not even be what you may just want to paint.
Go back and look at any NBA player, any NBA player's son that made it to the NBA. Go look at their path and tell me.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Look at his path. He's
Gary Payton III.
The second.
Well, it is a struggle in itself. And that's a different struggle. I see it. I see it in the flesh because you can see family members like I see my brother, and everybody expects my nephews to be just as good as him or even better. And they'll be like, well, your dad wouldn't do this. Your dad wouldn't do that. Your dad wouldn't do this. Your dad would have did that. Your dad would have did this. You doing this. Your daddy would have had 40. Your daddy would have had 50.
Okay.
But you cannot take away their struggle away because he didn't grow up in the hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Piggybacking.
Okay, we got that. We got that LeBron grew up in the hood. We got LeBron was the king of his era, but LeBron was the king of his era because LeBron did something that no other players did at his size. It had nothing to do with where he came from.
Okay, so piggybacking off of him, but playing more to Stephen A. Stephen A. brung up the Bird Magic concept. Back then, to get to the NBA, you only had one way. You had to go through college.
Yep.
You had to go through college to ball. And because of that, they can automatically pick and see, okay, this is a great college over here since they picked up this player, and this is a great. So they're going to automatically compare them to. Then when they get to the league, you had the same type of fundamental ball, regardless of how you want to look at it. You got Boston on the east, you got LA on the west. These are two big powerhouse teams who always seem to make it to the finals because, let's be honest, there was really nobody that could compete with them on both sides of the ball. So you had a natural rivalry that you can constantly keep talking about until Jordan stepped in the game. Now you have your hoop dream versus your prodigy. You have your straight out of high school to the league because everything about you screams NBA compared to I got to follow in my father's footsteps and be better.
But I guess my thing about that is because Steph has a brother, and it took him a long time to get where he at.
And he's still not.
And
Giannis has 3.
Yes.
And they're terrible.
And so I guess my thing about that is it's you can't I think we're all I see where both you guys are coming from.
Right.
But we can't say that you don't have a step ahead.
Do you
of you have a step ahead of you because of who your father is. Marcus Jordan as much as he sucked, he still got into a Division I college. His other brother wasn't as good and didn't get into a
But
Division I
here's the
college.
thing.
So
The
hold on a second,
rule-
though, Tony. You saying that
But because you gotta remember,
there's some pressure there. I get that.
but here's the thing.
Go ahead.
With LeBron, they threw the basic rules of college out the door. They went and grabbed him right from high school. So we don't know if he would have had the pressures of college to go through. We don't know if whatever school drafted him would have made him a better player or a worse player. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know. That 4-year window of college that Curry had to deal with is a completely different thing that LeBron never had to touch. Then, taking consideration, he went to the team that's in his hometown. So you're also protected by default because you're the hometown hero. We're going to make sure you're loved everywhere you go. We're going to make sure you're good everywhere you go. Had LeBron at 18 got drafted by the Minnesota Timberwolves, you may not have the LeBron we got now.
I don't know about that.
I
don't know about that, but just because when you the king, everybody coming for you. Everybody coming for you. When you Steph Curry, didn't anybody know who Steph Curry was until the NCAA tournament?
And that is a different type of struggle that you have to deal with. When you're the underdog that is great at what you do, but all eyes is on this dude over here because he's 6'6" and he moves like it. You got to remember, LeBron hit the league with commercials of him being king. He ain't even proved nothing yet.
Yeah.
He got a whole choir. He dribbling down to the pastor with a basketball. You got church ladies dunking it. They made it seem like he was the greatest player in the world before he had an opportunity to prove himself.
Steph Curry did what he did in college, and you know what people said about him?
He little.
He only did that because he went to Davidson.
Yep.
That was the number one thing they always
True.
said. He only did that because he went to Davidson.
Yeah, because Davidson
But
sucked.
when he came to the league, he proved them wrong.
If you take
that was a struggle in itself.
If you
Oh,
take
man, come on.
if you take Curry's story, you take his biopic and you just follow it like a normal person, but take Curry name out of it and put a regular dude, we would praise it as a struggle. If we take out the fact that he's Dale's son, we would praise it as a struggle.
Well, all right, hold on a second.
He took a left at Albuquerque while LeBron took a right. That's the only difference.
That's true.
They still hustled to get there.
Mm.
And he got rings to back it, and he did it with the same team. I give him more credit because he got himself a core of people around him, and he worked within that core, whereas LeBron moved to different locations to build it instead.
So first of all,
I've been waiting on. I've been waiting on this brother to get his thoughts together. I've been seeing him over there contemplate, but now we get the real Steph Curry fan.
So
he was doing other stuff.
So first of all,
right there.
Stephen A. Smith comments, as always, are way off. Okay, way off.
Here we go.
Steph Curry's struggle in the NBA would arguably make this kind of a Steph Curry league a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's LeBron James league. Don't get me wrong. It's LeBron James league. But Steph struggle to get into the NBA as a top guy, far worse than LeBron's. Yes or no?
No.
LeBron came in claimed already.
LeBron James is compared to the greatest basketball player of all time.
But it's
He-
not
hold on a
because.
second.
But it's not
He
because
has
he's
been
from.
compared to Jordan from day one.
But it's not
You
because
We
he's
have
from-
seen.
You
hold on a
are
second, though.
arguing a
We
LeBron
have seen.
fan, and he
But
is
it is
saying
not-
We have seen
but it is not
other
because he's from the
players
hood.
buckle. We have seen other players buckle under that type of pressure. Yes or no? I'm using your argument, Kesey.
I get what you're saying.
So
but
when
at
you
the- but
you
at
talk
the same
about
time, what Stephen A. said is not right.
it is right.
It's not.
Did he
you
not come
cannot
out the
think
top?
about it, dog. He's
Besides-
saying
Hold on. He is not the king of the league because he came from
from the hood.
He is the king of the league because of his talents.
I'm saying because of his talent.
that's what Stephen
but he
A. said.
also added.
I'm still here.
Are you?
I'm still here. So finish.
Go ahead,
But-
bro.
No, go ahead. I mean,
No, my thing
y'all
is
are making this
I
segment
see
money.
what I see
I
what
love
you're
it.
saying as far as the hood thing. I get that. does that
Those comments are
add
way off.
Does that add entertainment to the story? Yes, it does.
That was
Because
very,
everyone likes a underdog story.
Not really,
When you pull yourself up from your bootstraps
That's
and
an
you
old
take
story,
yourself
bro.
to the top of the mountain.
Let me tell you,
That's an everyday story now.
Steph Curry was already there,
Stop.
like midway there.
Stop before you go any further. And I'm gonna tell you one thing that goes around basketball that a lot of people don't talk about.
Steph Curry was already there.
I say he was already in that middle ground. Your dad being an NBA player, you're playing on.
No, y'all acting like his daddy was freaking George Gervin Sr.
You acting like his
Jordan
dad didn't have privileges that LeBron James' daddy didn't. Did Steph Curry have privileges? Yes or no?
Dale Curry had a few NBA teams he played for.
And he had privileges.
It's not. But you got to remember.
Dale wasn't one of them guys who could walk in the room and was like, okay, we about to get ready to shut it down now. Dale here.
Let me hop on your heels for this one time.
Go ahead, hop on my heels.
First off, Curry is already underdog. You want me to tell you why? Because he don't pass. It's what they call the eye test. You ever heard of the eye test?
I know what the eye test is.
What is the eye test?
Eye test is just looking at a guy and be like, you ain't got it, or you got it.
No, that means you're 6'5" or lower, shorter.
Fine.
Anybody that's 6'5" or low, they say you don't pass the eye test.
Okay.
And those players automatically are put in a category where you got to work harder than somebody that's 6'5" and less talented than you.
Okay.
Do you know what that means? You know how hard that is?
You're saying this. Okay, go ahead.
Do you understand how hard that is?
I understand how hard that is. I get what you're saying.
That's
just
like me. Listen to this. That's just like me and you right now.
Okay.
If we go to the park right now, people are gonna look at you because you're 6'4", right?
I'm not 6'4", but continue.
Come on, man. Just go along with the story.
I said I'm not 6'4".
You're 6'4", and I'm 5'11".
All right.
Who do you think they're gonna look at first when we both walk up to the park?
Me.
But who is the better player?
Me.
Crack is a hell of a drug.
Listen, man. Listen.
If they look at you and they look at Andre, I'm just saying though.
That's different.
I'm saying the height wise, they're going to automatically think you're a better player, and this player right here is going to have to work 10 times as hard as you are because you're 6'5".
Okay. Stephen A's out of pocket as Dr. Bird.
And first off, the one thing that gets me, the one thing that gets me about Stephen A. and of all the comments he made, he's a light-skinned, good-looking brother. What the do that got to do with anything?
First of all, you just don't like Stephen A.
Why did he got to call him He's a light-skinned and good-looking brother from North Carolina.
We all.
What does all of that got to do with anything?
We all dark-skinned in this room. We know what's up when he say that. We all know what's up when he say that.
So I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Stephen A. Smith, once again, is one of those guys. There is a quote by the great Marcus Garvey that says, and I'm paraphrasing, some people talk because they have something to say. Stephen A. is one of those people that likes to talk. Right, he just had to throw a take in there on the Breakfast Club so he can tap into his blackness because Breakfast Club and their fans probably don't really mess with him like that. Let's start there. Stephen A's topics. First of all, what does that have to do with basketball? Number one,
he asked him a question.
It has nothing, and he should have flipped it on Charlamagne the God. He should have. Let's talk about the finals. Let's talk about LeBron's path. Let's talk about Steph Curry's path to the finals. They didn't even need to go there. Why does everything have to be my story versus his story, or your story versus his story?
Because we're
no. Hold tight. Steph Curry did not have a silver spoon coming into the NBA at all. Dale Curry was not a significant part to anybody's team. Was he a great shooter? Yes. Okay, we said it ourselves. The Timberwolves said no to Steph Curry. The Bucks said no to Steph Curry. Now, y'all to talk 20 minutes. Let me talk too.
Go ahead,
okay.
Stephen B.
All of these people said no to Steph Curry. People wrote him off. Bad ankles, right? Height. He's not a point guard. He's not even a shooting guard. We at this table have said Klay Thompson was a better shooter than Steph Curry.
You said that.
Kesey and I both said that.
Kesey, you said that?
Okay, he said that too at one point. Why lie? What's done is done. Steph Curry.
I never said he was a better shooter.
You did. Steph Curry is one of the most undervalued superstars of this era.
You know who you sound like? Kesey, when you talk about LeBron. That's what you sound like.
Steph Curry, not only did he change the game of basketball, he had to work harder for the game of basketball. Bron didn't have to work as hard. Bron went to the finals 9 straight times. He owned the Eastern Conference. Let me finish. Steph had to dethrone Kobe. He had to dethrone those folks in the Western Conference.
He didn't dethrone Kobe.
He didn't
Don't
dethrone
go there.
nobody.
Steph Curry had to beat those teams in the West. He had to beat Kevin Durant. People were calling Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook and Damian Lillard better point guards than Steph Curry for years. And you're telling me
because technically they are better.
they're not.
They are better
They're
point guards,
not.
but they're not better shooters.
They are not. I wouldn't take none of those point guards over Steph.
Nobody said you would, but they are better point guards than Steph Curry. Steph Curry is a shooter.
Listen, man. Stephen A. Smith's comments are way off base. Curry's journey to the NBA was not a silver spoon. He had to work and grind. Steph was on the cut list multiple times for Golden State. He was underpaid multiple years according to NBA paid standards, okay? And he worked his way to everything that he has.
But
Stephen A., my friend, you are wrong, but it doesn't take away from LeBron's greatness. LeBron was a marketing genius before he played one NBA game.
Yep.
Before he played one game, people were calling him the next Michael Jordan, the next big thing.
Okay, so hold on a second. Let me
The
stop.
second
I was-
coming.
hold on. Before you go, hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Do you think Steph Curry would be the Steph Curry that he is if he didn't go through those things that he went through? Those cuts,
No.
those
No.
underpaid seasons.
What
and all
doesn't
that.
kill us
Do
makes
you
us
think-
what?
do
We
you think
grew
he
up
would
in
be-
church.
Do you think he would be the Steph Curry?
What doesn't kill us
If they
makes us
would have
what?
gave him the money that he wanted at the time he wanted it, would he be who he is?
Probably.
I think Steph, I think in life we have fate, and fate is going to take us on our journey no matter what we do. Steph Curry would have been Steph, but to your point, if he was with those other teams, we don't know what we would have seen.
I disagree with you guys. But you know, it is what it is. No,
Obviously.
I'm just saying, like, because we acting like if your parent is not an NBA player, whether they on the bench, whether they on the 6-man, whether they whoever they are, a wingman or whatever the case may be, a journeyman, we don't act like he wasn't going from city to city with his dad. He was in a commercial because his dad.
So he
hold
should
on a second, though.
be.
Let me finish. He was in a commercial because his dad, LeBron James, pulled himself out the mud, out the hood, to become the mega super billionaire that he is right now.
He put himself
I'm
out
not
of the
saying-
hood with people funding him in high school, buying him Hummers, telling him he's going to be the next big thing. So he pulled himself up from his bootstraps, owning Hummers.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right.
First
Okay.
of all, those are allegations. Okay. That's first of all. Second of all,
Don't you try to incriminate that man on our show?
exactly.
What's wrong with
Second of all,
you? Now you don't.
that was in his mama name.
You
Okay.
don't- you
That
don't
was
want
his
to-
mama Hummer. He drove it once in a while. That was his mama Hummer.
Now you going too far.
Exactly. Ridiculous. Anyways,
Y'all better go on.
I have another video to play.
Y'all better go on.
I know.
Which one are you trying to play?
I was gonna play the
Shannon Sharp?
yeah.
All right, I got it.
Oh, Uncle Shannon.
Give it a minute.
Uncle Shay Shay.
Uncle
I like Uncle
Shay
Shay Shay, man. Don't be no hater, man.
You sure? You might want to watch the clip first.
He about to go in on LeBron.
I know he is. I've seen it already.
That's his
I'm not
boy,
finna go-
though.
Bro, I'm not finna go in.
But
on
you,
it.
Not
sometimes,
you, Shannon Sharp.
sometimes you gotta be. Sometimes reality hurts.
Does it?
Sometimes it hurts.
You know what, Kesey? You're right. Sometimes reality does hurt.
I won't fight about it.
Please don't.
Man, I'll put some lumps on his head so fast before he can say.
It's too
thank you, Jesus.
it's too hot out here to be fighting Kesey.
be outside
I
wrestling.
almost
It
canceled
is
y'all
too.
'cause it's hot.
I need to
It's-
turn my arrow. I'm walking my house, gonna push me back out. It's gonna be like, get out.
You turn your hair on.
I didn't. I left too early.
Oh my
I
god.
left too, and the windows open.
Man, it smelled like 30 sweaty drawers in there.
You was finna be crawl and you was finna be crawling.
It's like 98.
Bruh.
If you got any laundry in your house, it stank. Your whole house smell like it.
I got my jacket on now because everywhere at work is freezing, man.
I was
Bruh.
wondering why you had that jacket on
Because
this
it's
night.
freezing
think
at
about
work. Like it's like 60 degrees at my office, man.
My AC was on at work too. I was like, thank God. 'Cause
Man.
you walk outside that he slap you across
That's
the
the
face.
only reason why I was happy I had to go to the office today.
Man,
Dog.
listen.
I knew the air was gonna be on. I got there, dog. It was like
What's
two
with this
people in the
video?
building.
You pulling up.
So
Check down.
It didn't load right the first time.
it's 88 right now.
That's because it went down.
It went down. It was 95
It was like-
when we
Well,
pulled
look at this.
up.
It's gonna be 11. It's gonna be 80 at 11. Then it's gonna drop to 70s. But
It's
then
gonna be- it's gonna be-
tomorrow it's gonna be 97.
Man, I'm canceling all my shows.
Wednesday.
What's I finna
84.
say? And Tone be having like 4-5 girls in here, so
Why you up, dog? Do you want to come to the show one night? Is that what it is?
I've been telling you that for a while now, Tone.
Oh, you
Damn.
come on, why don't you just pull up? You know where the studio is.
You know what? I'm gonna pull up. I'm sure finna pull up. Uncut. You done messed up, Tone. Uncut. 94 feet. Big Zeke up in the building. Okay. All right.
We potted for 4 hours. Anybody could have showed up last night.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm
Now,
not
y'all
saying
y'all
for-
are gonna release a 4-hour podcast.
Nah.
Nah, but they be in here kicking on the live.
I'll be watching.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
go live.
I was
someday.
messing with his brother one day, just dogging all his favorite wrestlers. Oh, he was getting real offended. Like, who is this commenting
That's what
ghosted?
made him come on y'all show.
who, is,
Just saying.
who is this ghosted?
All right, what's going on here, man?
This is from Uninterrupted. Shannon Sharp talking about would you say, Keith, reality hurts sometimes?
Truth hurts.
Hell no, I can't go that far. I can't put him ahead of Magic Johnson. Steph is a new age point guard. Steph, he's really the score. He's really a 2 masquerading as a point. I think they just put PG on there. Even
What
though
did
he
I
really,
say? What did I
Draymond
just
does
say?
more facilitating of the offense and running of
Agreed.
the offense than Steph Curry.
Yep.
And I think Steph
Yeah.
Curry. So if we want to list him as a point guard, yes, I believe he's the second. I think he's past Isaiah Thomas as the second best point guard of all time. But Magic Johnson. Magic is a 5-time champion, 3-time league MVP, 3 times finals MVP, has 10,000 assists, almost 5,000 more than Steph Curry. Steph is a scoring. If he's a point guard, he's more of a scorer than a facilitator. I understand that he's changed, but Magic brought in because prior to Magic, Oscar was the tallest ever point guard. He was like 6'5". Everybody wanted their point guard to be 6-footish, 6'1", but Magic Johnson, nah. But he's also one of the few point guards that can play every position. He can play the 5. He can play the 4. He can play the 3. He can play the 2 because he played a lot of the 2 with Norm Nixon.
Right.
So, nah, Skip, I can't go that far. And I understand Andre Iguodala, that's your teammate. You're in the moment. Steph Curry is phenomenal. I do not want to diminish or disparage Steph Curry in any way, shape, or form. But I am not willing to sit here today and say he's jumped Magic Johnson as the best point guard ever to play in the NBA. I'm not going that far. No.
Uncle Sam.
Hell no, I can't go that far. I can't
So-
go that far.
He's so
Oh, that's-
real.
So
He's so ghetto.
But he right though. I
Yeah,
gotta
swear
agree.
It's like he
agree
recording with
with
us sometimes.
I agree with him though. Like I will say he has surpassed Zeke as a point guard. Because Zeke was definitely a facilitator, more than he was a scorer.
that's why I don't. And we had.
I will give it
discussions
that,
about
but
this,
Magic,
but I
he
just don't-
can't.
that's
Magic
why I can't get
has
it.
too many accolades, too many statures, too many things that make like if I am going to go ahead and take all
What
the
you looking
NBA
for?
players
I didn't
and
say
I'm
he
building
passed
my
Magic.
team, I'm grabbing Magic
Mm.
I
as
didn't
my
say
point
he
guard.
passed Magic.
Well, first of all, you say he's one of the greatest point guards ever. So relax.
He is.
He is.
Steph
So,
Curry is.
He's in the top 5 greatest point
He
guards.
is. And according to Uncle Shannon, he's number 2.
Okay.
And I can agree with him on that. Well,
So why
yeah,
you
I
say
can agree with
was
him
gonna
on
have
that.
a problem.
Huh?
I think he was talking about me.
Talking about
I
No,
have- I
we
have-
all. I will. First of all, we had this discussion before, and I thought Uncle Shannon's opinion was valid.
I have
But
no
continue.
problems with Shannon said. If Steph Curry, I'd never put him on a list above Magic. When I list my greatest players, it's Jordan, LeBron,
Good thing this is a
Magic.
season finale.
Tim Duncan, and Shaq. I've never put Steph
I'm talking
over.
about point guards. We're talking about point guards now.
Still never put Steph over Magic. Okay, let me just solve this. I agree with Uncle Shannon, but here's what I have to say.
Mhm.
Steph Curry is the best point guard in the NBA today. He's the best point guard of the past 10 years. He's the best point guard, arguably, of the past 15 years. Magic,
Are you smoking dope?
I'm not smoking anything. I've never smoked anything ever in my life. If Uncle Shannon called him the second greatest point guard of all time, is he smoking dope? Because that's basically what I just did.
That actually would make his point still valid, though.
Magic hasn't.
First
Magic
of all, we
hasn't
know
played in
Shannon's
15
drink. Okay, we know he's a drinker.
Magic hasn't played in 15 years. He hasn't played in over 15 years. So there's nothing off the wall about what I just had to say.
Keezy.
Okay, on his best day,
Keezy.
on his worst day, Steph Curry is still a better point guard than most of the point guards in the NBA.
Keezy.
Say what I said.
And just to imagine, Rick Rubio got picked over here.
Rick Rubio.
Keezy.
Rick Rubio.
I'm listening.
What do you think about what Uncle Shannon said, and where is Steph Curry rank in your top point guards of all time?
Top point guards?
First, what about Uncle Shannon?
I agree with Uncle Shannon.
110% agree.
110%
As do I.
agree with Uncle Shannon.
As do
Uncle
I.
Shay Shay, you right on.
Mm.
Steph, he's up there, man. You got to give him credit, man.
Top 5.
Top 3 for
Top
sure.
5.
For sure. Possibly even top 2. But like Uncle Shay Shay said, ain't nobody passing Magic, so he top 2.
Yet, can Steph get there?
No.
5,000 assists away.
5,000 assists alone, bro.
But
you got to get that. You got to get that mark first.
So 5 or 6 championships won't do it.
It'll get you in the conversation.
But he still
I'm
got.
just asking.
He still
You
got
gotta
2
look
more
at how many
NBA
Magic
Finals MVPs in him.
He does.
And he got the same amount of rings as him.
He does. He does.
So the only thing he can do to pass up Magic is get 5,000 assists, which I doubt he can get.
No,
because otherwise he can't shoot. He can't shoot.
That's right. He's a shooter. So Zeke, let me ask you a question.
I'm listening.
Okay.
Hold up. No. Hold up, Tom. Before you go there, you said top 5. Who are you putting as point guard over Steph Curry?
That's exactly what I was getting ready to ask him.
Okay.
I'm not putting him over Magic.
Of course not.
I'm not putting him over Isaiah Thomas.
Is that a personal choice? Because I don't think you've ever seen Zeke ball.
I've seen Zeke ball.
We watched Zeke.
I think just like when Shannon first started this conversation, he started it off as Steph Curry is not your typical point guard, and he's more of a scorer than a facilitator. My thing about the point guard position is you have to be a facilitator. Just because you 6 foot and a $180 don't mean, oh, you're a point guard. That don't mean that. And we all know when it comes to Golden State, Draymond Green is the point guard. And Steph Curry is running around with a chicken with his head cut off and just shooting the jumper. Him and Klay Thompson.
Because they can't keep up with him.
And they doing the rope around and trying new ways to get open. I get that. That's cool. And I've also know that he changed the game as far as shooting goes. Now you got 12-year-olds just pulling up from half court, and you're like, what the? I told you to run a pick and roll. But the point is, I'm not going to put him above these guys who are actually doing the position how it's supposed to be played. Because I feel like even when it comes to LeBron James, he turned into like a point forward. He still played the forward position how it's supposed to be played. And I think that it's doing a disservice to guys like Oscar Robertson, Isaiah Thomas.
But you're talking about an old style of basketball that don't exist no more, though.
But you're talking about the
San Antonio Spurs is the last team in the NBA that play that old school fundamental ball.
I get that, but that I still feel like you're taking away the pad because this is the new thing. So like,
okay, let me ask you a question.
What?
Have you ever driven a Mustang?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you got in that car, did you drive the 40 miles per hour you supposed to, or did you put the pedal to the metal a couple of times?
I put the pedal to the metal.
Okay. So when you get in the Mustang, your mental thing is, I gotta hit it.
Mm-hmm.
If you got the ability to score at will, and you know that your shot is butter,
mm-hmm.
are you gonna sit there and say, "Well, I'm a point guard, so I gotta pass before I think about shooting," or are you gonna go ahead and get that money?
Change your position.
He's 6'1". What position can when it comes?
No, this is my thing. When I say Steph Curry is just a point guard just because he's short, everybody come at me like I'm crazy.
He handles the ball,
He
runs the offense.
Facilitates though, bro.
Stop it, Dre. Stop it. Stop it.
Pull up his stats and pull up the Golden State Warriors stats and see who has the most assists this season.
It's Steph. By a long
Meaning
shot.
that he still facilitates.
By a long shot.
He just happens to be a true triple threat.
Listen,
a triple threat.
A guard.
He could pull from anywhere he wants to.
A shooting guard.
He can run you off the dribble if he needs to.
And he'll cross you up.
Okay. And he can always make sure. Think about it. Because he is so much of an issue when he first stepped on the court, you have to be concerned about everybody else, because when he changes his mind, everybody else is going to eat.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
When Zeke can't get the ball to who he needs to, Zeke is almost out the game.
Draymond Green led the team in assists with 6.3
this
How far-
season.
how
this
far-
season.
how-
Wait,
wait.
all time.
All time.
How far behind was Steph?
Steph Curry was number 2.
What was it? What was it?
5.9.
That's wow. One more pass.
Slap yourself, man.
They went past. Hold on a second.
One more pass.
Check this out. Draymond Green was hurt
Look, it takes
more than Steph Curry
So
was.
that means that his numbers have been adjusted to his play time.
Come on, man. I'm not saying that y'all acting like. Well,
Hey, if I scored 20 points in one game, right, but then I didn't play for the rest of the season, and you scored 20 points every single game, but you played 80 games, or should I say, matter of fact, 19, my percentage will look way better. But we almost done. It was like we here now. This last
No.
this last episode, bro.
No. Not wrap up to leave, because some of this other content. Because we got some Kyrie.
We got some fans. What they want to hear? They want to hear championship basketball.
We moving on. We only got what, 2 left.
Doing more than talk about championship basketball.
We got 2 on this list.
Don't even go there.
I'm gonna tell y'all like
Don't
this.
we?
I'm gonna give you this,
Wow.
and again, to put this to rest, Steph Curry is an all-time great. He is a top point guard. Is he better than Magic? No. But folks better stop acting like Steph Curry is a pickup from the YMCA on 12.
Nobody's acting like that.
Some of y'all are.
No.
Y'all are not giving the man the respect that he commands.
No.
And that's only because I guess he has one Finals MVP and he's not a true point guard. But
He has 2.
that's neither here or there.
He has 2.
I'm talking about Finals.
Finals MVP too.
He has 1.
He has 2.
Steph has 1.
He just got one this year.
That was his first one.
That was his first one.
Remember
Iggy got
stole
it,
one.
but Steph should have got it. Iggy, Durant, Steph. Do we want to bet again? You want to be 4-0?
They already talked about it, bro. Don't even go.
No.
Don't even search it.
No. Durant won back-to-back. Iggy won it, but we said it should have been Steph, and Steph just won his first Finals MVP. He has 2 NBA MVPs. And in fact, Steph was the only player in NBA history to win a unanimous votes for NBA MVP and NBA Finals. First player in history to win both unanimously.
Okay, you guys are right. I have no problem saying that you're right. I thought he did because he joined Jordan, Kobe, and he joined some other guys at a table.
Yep.
But that's why I thought he joined them, because he had 2 MVPs.
Yep.
Hey, look, I have no problem saying that. But now we're done talking about the players. Let's talk about the coach, Steph Curry. I mean, I'm sorry, Steve Kerr.
Shout out to Steve, man.
Is he lucky?
No, he's a good coach.
Is he a really good coach?
He's a good coach.
He grew up under Jordan.
He grew up under Mike. He played with Mike. He coached under. He played under Popovich. He was a GM. Phil Jackson. He knows, in your words, championship pedigree.
Who said that?
You always say pedigree.
I don't say pedigree.
You
Yes,
say
Kesey
pedigree.
say
One of you say pedigree a lot.
Kesey says that.
Well, Geezy says it right, but you say pedigree. So, Steve Kerr is a good coach. Did he inherit a good system? Absolutely.
See, that's the thing about me. There's always either you're good or you're not.
He's good.
You adding on the caveat that, well, he inherited a good squad. That means you're lucky.
I'm gonna give Steve Kerr a good coach, because good coaching beat Boston. Okay. Now, granted, lucky is when he had Durant. I mean, he couldn't coach them to be Kawhi Leonard without
the
KD.
season before. Well, this is what I said.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Hold on a second, real quick. To me, great coaches. Because I feel like there was a point when Phil Jackson started just sitting down. Bulls
and the Lakers.
and the Lakers. He just started sitting down.
In fact, he
And
stopped traveling.
There was a reason for that. All right, I don't need to.
His back.
Sure. He was like, I don't need to really, give you guys the 1-2. You know what's up.
Yeah.
So for me, Steve Kerr and all his championships, he has 9 now. Yep. He has 3 or 4 as a 4 as a 5 as a player.
5 as a player.
And 4 as a coach.
Yeah.
And you look at all 4 of his championships,
The same thing could be said about Phil Jackson.
No. Phil Jackson changed the way Michael Jordan played the game of basketball. Yes or no?
He made the ball.
He did. Did Steve Kerr not change the way Steph Curry plays the game of basketball?
Steph Curry and Draymond Green give their success to who? You already said it in this episode. Thank you. So if I give
Jordan gave his credit to Doug Collins.
When?
Doug Collins was his coach.
No, yeah, when he wasn't winning. Because Doug Collins' theory was give Jordan the ball. Hey, give Mike the ball. Phil Jackson was like, hey, I have this triangle offense I want to run. You want to try that? And Jordan was like,
you do know that the triangle offense will still give Jordan the ball after you pass twice.
It was give Jordan the ball after you pass twice. But him winning those championship, Paxton, and then Kerr. So it was one of the things like give Jordan the ball so he can find the shooter.
Which was always him.
So I guess my thing about this because Steve Kerr is going. After this championship, he's on the what they say he's top 15
coaches.
I
don't know that I can call him a top 15 because again, the Golden State Kevin Durant, Steph Curry years weren't fair. They just weren't fair. It was not good for the game of basketball.
Okay, how they weren't fair, but they just won 2 more championships without him.
Well,
my only problem is y'all with Steve Kerr. Mm-hmm. They stunk it up when they didn't have they players.
Most teams do,
but I'm saying like they wasn't even getting like wins that they should have been getting.
And that's my thing. Like a coach can coach you through dubs. Like the Boston Celtics, they have to give the credit to their coach. I think even the Milwaukee Bucks, we're still like Giannis.
Or Bud.
It's what I'm saying, but it's
more Giannis.
It's more Giannis than it is Bud. And so, like, when you have a superstar, I'll give you that. Steph is a superstar. And you have a team that's been together for this long, a lot of your coaching is put in Draymond. Draymond, sit down, have a seat. You see, breathing hard. Put in Klay Thompson. So I just that's why I'm asking that question.
He's a baseball team manager.
Pretty much.
You're it. So I wouldn't deny that there's some luck behind Steve Kerr's, but that's basketball. Basketball is the luck of the draw. Same could be said about Greg Popovich. He had the year that they drafted Tim Duncan, the Spurs tanked, and he had the Twin Towers, and they won a championship. Same thing could be said about Pat Riley. Same thing could be said about Red Auerbach. I think Steve Kerr will, when it's all said and done, will go down as one of the best coaches in NBA history. Is it deserving? I think it's arguable. But, I mean, I'll say this. And Kesey says it's a lot. Anybody could have did it with KD, Steph, and Klay playing at the height of their prime. 3 top 15 players at the time. Anybody could have did it.
I mean,
I'll give you that.
I say the same thing about LeBron. Anybody, if you have LeBron on your team, there's no reason you should not be in the Eastern Conference Finals at least. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. Keith, what you think, bro? Good coach? Lucky coach?
I think it's more luck than anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's an okay coach. He's not a great coach.
Mm-hmm.
He's a decent coach.
He's a decent coach, but he's not.
Mm-hmm.
He's not no field. He's not in that category with them type of coaches.
No.
Pop, none of them.
Pop, Lenny,
none of them.
Jerry Sloan.
He's not in. He's not in that.
Brown,
he's a top.
Nelson.
He's a top 20, maybe
Nelson.
top 25, but not top 10 or 15 to me. I can name 15 coaches better than him.
But he'll get it. Even though you're right, he'll get that love and respect because of rings. Because of rings. At the end of the day, as you know.
I hope he
because he's already on the list. They already called him top 15.
I hope he buys Steph Curry a nice gift for making him look real good. Because it's Steph.
It is Steph.
All right. So gave the fans what they wanted. So this is the last episode of the season. I'd like to thank my brothers, Dre, And Kesey for coming through, man.
It's been a good ride, y'all, this season.
It has.
It's been our ups and downs, but hey, we made it.
Exactly.
Just like the song said, never would. Let me stop.
Don't play the funeral song. But yeah. It's been a good season too. Enjoyed it with my brothers. Looking forward to my hiatus and seeing what season 4 does when I return from my year off.
Oh, you want to announce that now?
No, I'm
so Keith, Dre don't know if he's gonna be here next year.
I'm just kidding. Chill out, man. Don't be putting my business on Front Street.
What, man?
I was joking.
When the seat is empty, they gonna know something up.
So we gotta ask though. Way too early predictions for next year.
What we doing that for? We did. Everybody want to talk about the championship.
That's what we're talking about for championship. Can Golden State run it back?
No.
Yes. No. Tone, can Golden State run it back?
Not as long as the Bucks have a team.
Kesey, can Golden State run it back? Run it back.
As long as they're healthy, they can.
Okay.
If they're healthy, this experience goes a long ways, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that feeling makes you want to get there again.
Yep. So next year, I got the Bucks and the Warriors again. But I hope
at this point it can't be nobody else.
It's all contingent on the Bucks' healthiness. So, but no, I mean, I enjoyed season 2 with my brothers. It's been good. It's been great. We had over 50 episodes this year. Oh my God, we recorded a lot. Z, you want to tell them what we're doing this summer? How they can find us? Any special episodes we're doing this summer, so they can remember 94 Feet is still around.
Oh, so this summer we'll be conducting what I like to call Behind the Athlete. We'll be doing some interviews with some people who you don't see or hear about every day, and how they interact with athletes and stuff, all that good stuff.
Yeah, got some dope surprises coming. So
yeah, we won't be around as usual because the NBA is having an off season. As they have an off season, we have an off season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
one episode in July.
We'll have one episode next month, and then we'll have another episode the month after that, and then we'll have another one, and then we'll see what happens for season 3.
Yeah. If y'all want to jump on the Milwaukee Bucks season ticket bandwagon, hit up your boy at Dre _X. Man, quit hating all the time, man.
It's a hustle. It's a hustle. Okay. He
Dre,
will take your money. This guy across from me, he is a witness.
Dre _XD, hit your boy up on IG.
What's really? Right.
Dre,
we had some pretty good seats this year.
Dre _XD.
I'm glad you had some great seats.
Even though we sat in them very rare, but we had better seats.
My thing is,
Dre _XD.
You over here promoting, and you ain't even gonna be here next year.
Follow your boy. Relax, man. I didn't say I wasn't gonna be here.
Look, man, I ain't finna. This ain't the Lakers. I ain't finna over here and just sugarcoat it. Yeah, I'm gonna play Westbrook on the
decision.
On the post.
The decision 2.0.
No,
man. We're looking forward to season 3. Next year we hope to elevate. This is our 3rd year. We all want different things, but we all want greatness for this podcast. So we'll see.
One of us does.
We'll see. We'll see what season 3 brings us. 94.
This has been a good year, guys.
Good year, right, Zeke?
This will be my last ride with these two.
That's cool.
Because unfortunately, they have rocked my nerves to the core.
All right.
Especially the brother with the shades.
Tone, how we been for your season for the 2nd season, bruh? Yeah.
Second season was actually cool, dog. We had some ups, we had some downs.
Y'all
showed y'all true emotions this season, so. Because when the Bucks lost, when I tell y'all,
oh man,
that episode alone,
man, that was
if y'all didn't see the visual for that one,
bruh, I swear I didn't watch TV like basketball for a couple weeks after.
I haven't watched none of the games since then. It didn't feel right.
I enjoyed these moments with my brothers. Wouldn't want to do this with anybody else. Real talk.
That's good.
I could name 5 other people.
Well,
no.
I can name 10. Anyway, so you can always catch us on all the socials. You can always catch us on all streaming platforms. And that's it.
94 Feet Nation, baby.
Peace.
94 Feet, good people. Peace.